Hey, what's up, guys? This is T-Bone here. Welcome to a Tuesday stream here. We are looking at the event called, I believe it's called the Battle for the Big Top. And this is a Dark Commander event. This is basically a second repeat of the Beast Killer bonus. And so what we're going to do is we're going to take a look at some of the changes. We're going to take a look at the news here. We're going to take a look at the team. And we're going to answer some questions because I think there's still a lot of questions on some of the things that are, that aren't quite answered just yet, especially when it comes to getting your heroes for the ultimate form from the proving grounds. And so I do have some answers there, and I hope that I could answer some as well. And just saying hi to all the people that are just joining us here in the stream. Thank you and welcome. It's been about a week or so since I last did a video or chat. And so looking forward to getting together with you guys again, talking about this particular event. All right, so taking a look at some of the updates here. The first thing is they've made some changes to sort of the killer skill update so that it's easier to see. I think one of the problems that we used to have is if you don't have the event deck, it's really hard to tell what is strong against a particular boss. So we get some feedback and looks like they are actually making some change there. So we'll see how that works when the event starts. So we got Vishal and 2300 and Johnny Tables, Sylvie, Don, T. Martinez, Angel, Rock D, Gabor, and the Reaper. Nice to see you guys. And so also they've updated your Legend Relic. So if you ever had a Legend Relic, you should take a look and see how much boost it's got. So the idea is that it gives you scaling health and also scaling attack. So it is going to be really useful for your affinity cards. And so if you have an Almar Scythe, then that is going to be a Legend Relic that you'll want to look at for this event, which is going to be helpful here. Okay, and so let's take a look here. And they've also changed the leaderboard rewards now. So all the ultimate boss rewards that used to be just in like the top 100 ultimate boss section, they're now going to be moved into the leader rewards as well. So that's something that we could earn, which is nice. And they talk about historical ultimate forged, and that's something I am going to want to cover today. So let's take a look at the cards here, and it is a Dark Commander event, and the one that it's a card that it's a deck that has the Beast Killer, and the previous one had the Beast Killer for Dark Commander is the Aswan deck, the very first Dark Commander. And so we're going to take a look at whether or not you should forge it, and also whether this team is worth it. And so idea matter. Can you talk about the best choice of cards to complete ultimate decks? We could take a look. Yeah, I could talk about like the cards here. We can talk about like what would be the ideal setup. And also Itachi, should you ascend your support hero? If you mean by awaken, then I would say no. I would not recommend awakening your support heroes for a couple of reasons. Whenever you ascend a hero, you need to use mana. Mana is actually something that is hard to come by. And what you want to do is you want to save the mana for when you ascend your ultimate forms, and that is where you can get a wisp. So you want to use wisps, get it to 6 stars, and then ascend it, and awaken it. You also want to make sure that you don't actually awaken any heroes that are less than 6 stars. So that's something that you want to be careful of, because when you awaken something that's below 6 stars, when you evolve it to 5-6 stars, then you will lose all of the awakening. So you lose your mana and everything. It's going to be a waste. All right, so we're going to get started. We're going to take a look at this deck here. It's a Trickster deck, a Dark Trickster deck, and this is the ultimate form, Mistresses of Mayhem. It is a Dark Commander event that is going to have the Grail mechanic. Now, when I say Grail, it actually refers to the very first instance of this type of deck that came out, where your support cards have the ability to help you create a lot of power gems. And the way they do that is by casting a Grail to the status, and that gets stacked. And so you can add to the stacks of Grail, and then you can create power gems. All the subsequent affinities have followed since then. This is the very last one of all 5 affinities. And so I'm just so used to calling it Grail, I really need to change the name here, because this one is going to be Showtime. So this is a Showtime deck where I guess there's a technical name for it. I can't remember it now when I'm trying to remember it, but it is basically the same mechanic here. And if you take a look at the ultimate form here, it will straight up give you 8 power gem force. So it is nice, and it will also increase a commander attack. Now it increases up to 50%. I believe this is a little bit better than before, but it is going to be more. It's more noticeable in the Slayer decks rather than commander. So I don't typically pay too much attention to that. But what this will do is, if you have 5 or more stacks of Showtime, then the very next turn, it will create additional 8 power gems. And so the idea is that you can actually create, 2 sets of power gems. It's too bad that it doesn't create in the same turn. Otherwise, you would get 16, but instead you get 2 turns of power gems. So if you can save them, then you can get 8 more in the very next turn. Although with this type of deck, if you have the ultimate form, you don't normally need to save that. And so as I mentioned, this is the Beast Killer. Doesn't have any other passives or anything like that. So this is a deck. Now, this is going to be a slow-ish deck because the ultimate form has a 6-turn cooldown compared to some of the other ones that we might be used to. And the other one that you could use with the same battle skill or the same killer skill has a 6-turn cooldown from the beginning of the turn. And so I wouldn't recommend using that unless you... So, Chinita, you said you can't hear. Okay, so let me see something. If nobody else can hear me, that would suck. Can anyone else? Okay, and so I will continue to talk unless people can't hear me, but I don't think there should be any more audio issues. All right, so let's take a look at some of the other cards. So that was the ultimate form. So then the Master Collection card is Sheena, Dealer of Fortunes. So it looks like they're all in the circus, right? So they're all circus performers, and this card will give you 6 dark power gems rather than 8. So it is a little bit. Thank you everybody for responding there. And so 6 power gem force, and it goes up to 40. So you can actually stack, right? So you can actually get 40 attack and then another 50. So you can go up to 90% attack increase. But that doesn't mean you're going to double your damage. It just means that your attack value will go up by 90%. It's not quite double, but it will, like, the more you have, the more it adds up. So this will actually help out. And this also will create 6 power gem force the next turn as long as you have 5 or more stacks of Showtime. All right, so the Master Collection card is very easy to use. Like, if you think about it, it's just every 6 turns you can use it, and when you activate it, you can either have 6 power gems now and 6 power gems later, or if you don't have enough stacks, then you just get 6 power gems. But in any case, you're going to have a nice set of power gems if you have at least 1 Master Collection card. And if you have the whole team, having the ultimate form plus Master Collection card is definitely going to be a necessity. And then Gravity Defying Karina is the ultra rare card. And this card will create, this card will create Power Gem 3s. And this one is actually pretty powerful. So it creates 4 Power Gem 3s, and then it gives you 4 stacks of Showtime. Okay? And what this does is, every time you activate it, you add 4 stacks to Showtime, and you're going to see on the side. And so the thing that a lot of people get confused about, and especially if you're new, you haven't played this deck before, adding stacks to the Showtime is something that that's what will ultimately help you create the power gems. We'll talk about that a little bit later. So having more copies of the ultra rare card just means you add to the stack faster. It doesn't help you create more power gems, and I'll talk about that. So how Showtime works is it will heal you for 20% of your entire team's recovery for every stack that you have active. So if you have an ultra rare card, you activate it, you're gonna have 4 stacks you can have 4 stacks of Showtime, and that's going to help you heal for 80% of your team recovery. So the more stacks you have, the more heal you get every single turn. So it's a really nice heal deck too. And after it expires, for every stack of Showtime that you have after 4 turns of not activating, you're going to create 1 Power Gem 4 for every stack. So basically, if you max out, at the end of 4 turns, you're going to create 20 Power Gem 4s. Now, this is an upgrade from before where it creates Power Gem 3s. So it's a massive boost, and this is a really good deck for free-to-play players, and I'll tell you why after this. And he has a 2-turn cooldown, so you can keep refreshing every 2 turns, so that's nice there. No other passive abilities. This is all about a deck that will help you get a ton of power gems later on in the fight. So there's 2 ways to play this deck, and we're going to talk about the support card and event card as well, right? So support card is Karina the Astonishing, and it is a weaker version of the ultra rare card. So this doesn't create any power gems on its own. It'll create just regular gems, but it's a nice gem spawner. It creates 4, and then it adds 2 stacks of showtime. It also has a 2-turn cooldown. So basically every 2 turns you can keep adding 2 stacks of showtime. So a single card by itself, you can activate it 10 times over 20 turns, and you can max out your stacks. So basically 4 turns afterwards. So 24 turns on a single card, you're going to get maximum number of power gems of 20 power gem force. And remember, the more cards you throw at it, just means you're going to make the stacks of showtime go faster. You're not going to create more power gems. You're never going to go beyond 20. So even if you have 35 stacks, 40 stacks, whatever, it doesn't matter. It's only going to create 20. But that's still 20 power gem force, and this is a great option for free-to-play players because of this. So you'll want to run at least 2 support cards. Like, this is not the type of deck where just running 1 support card is good enough. You must have at least 2. And honestly, if you're gonna go through the packs and you get more than 2 support cards, then that's great. Keep in mind that you get 1 support card by tier 2, and then you get another one in the game. If you happen to pull a third one in your pulls, then that's gonna be ideal. If you don't have the ultimate form, if you don't have anything else, use this deck. Just 3 cards would be better. Now, you can even go 4 support cards if you don't have anything else. But basically, all that means is you can just speed up the turns where you can get up to 20, and then wait for 4 turns, and you're going to get 20 power gem force, which will usually be more than enough to deal enough damage to take out the bosses. So for free to play, you don't even need a full deck here. Just this should be good enough for Prestige 1, or just, like non-prestige heroes. So let's see. The Reaper X, this because it is a beast killer team, it is going to be good against Rilka for sure. Because Rilka is a creature. So this is a very, very good support card. The only problem with this deck is it's super slow. When it first came out, it's great. It's an awesome choice for anybody who doesn't have a team. But if you're used to playing other deck types, this is going to be extremely slow compared to the other decks that you're used to. And so that's the only thing to keep in mind. It's a balance between how long you spend per boss versus, how much you spend to try and get the deck. So the thing here is you'll want to make sure that you don't end up, you don't end up going for the 20 gems all the time. I think because it's power gem force, you can afford to, stop it a few turns early, sacrifice a few gems, if it means you can go faster. And here's the event card, which is Magnus the Iron-Willed. And Rilka is giant, not creature, but I think Beast Killer... Oh, sorry, it's not creature, it's giant, sorry. Beast Killer still applies to giant, so it doesn't... it's not creature. Thanks for correcting me there, Judge of All. So giant, creature, and I forget, dragon, I think, are all weak against Beast Killer bonus, and so it's going to be fine. Now, Magnus the Iron-Willed is basically the Master Collection card, except instead of creating Power Gem 3s, it creates Power Gem 1s, and then it will create additional Power Gem... Actually, not Power Gem 3. Instead of Power Gem 4s, it creates Power Gem 1s, and then it creates Power Gem... So it creates Power Gem 1s on the first time, and then if there's 5 or more stacks active, it actually says create 4 Dark Power Gem 2s next turn as well. So it seems like an upgrade here. It's actually interesting because the next turn it actually creates better power gems rather than the first turn. So this is going to be interesting. I'm not sure if it's a typo or not, but since that's what it says on the card, that's what I'm going to hold them to. So it dispels Toxin. So Toxin is not going to... Toxin. Is Toxin going to be an issue? So Toxin might actually be an issue for the support cards because it blocks heal. We're gonna have to see. I can't remember whether it actually blocks the support card's activation or not, but that's something that we will need to to be careful of. If it does impact it, then you're gonna want to make sure that you bring something that can dispel toxin. And so let's see what the support card actually will dispel, and it dispels armor. And so thanks very much for subbing for your subscription, Tomahawk Tup. And Jessica Cornwell, let's see. So I generally don't do deck building in the preview events, but what I can do is I can take a look afterwards, and then I can reach out to you, and we can have a chat then. So I've got your name here, and we'll talk afterwards on the app. Okay, and so let's take a look now. So Judge of All, you're saying that it could actually block both heal and gem spawn. That's my thought. That's what I'm thinking. So it will be unfortunate if that happens, but just bring a card that can dispel toxin here. So let's see. In terms of my strategy for what I want to do here, so you can see here I got 4,400 gems, and this is after spending about 2,500 gems or so in the previous event, trying my hardest to try and pull another ultra rare card through the gem packs. I didn't do any of the cash packs, just the gem packs, and I didn't get anything. So I have less gems than I would like. So that's gonna give me, I think, enough to tier 4, right? So that's basically 1,000, 2,400, 2,400, 4,900. So not quite enough for tier 4. So I can go up to tier 3. So the best I can do is hope for the best, and if I really need to, if I really want to, I can go up to tier 4, but I will only go to tier 4 if I need it for the shiny. So in other words, I don't have enough to craft, and if I can't get the ultimate form, then I'm not going to worry about it. I'm just going to get the dust and move on. All right, so let's do let's see. Yusuf, is it worth crafting the Master Collection cards if you only have 2 supports with no ultra rare? I would say it's not really a necessity to craft the Master Collection card, to be honest with you. Like I'm going to talk about options for other cards that you could use. I just don't feel like this is the type of deck where crafting the Master Collection card and leaving yourself with no ultra rare and having a dust imbalance is a good idea. That's not the kind of card that is, I think, absolutely necessary. And so let's see, we got the Mummy and 900 dust, so not the greatest tier 1 pull. There was some gems, gem shard, Gorn gem shard. Okay, so the Gorn gem was what you needed to use to evolve the Earth Warden from last Fire Commander event. So anyways, not a great start. Let's go to tier 2. So I'm really just opening this for the dust tier. I'm not really hopeful for this team. And to me personally, I know that the Grail deck is powerful. If you have the ultimate form, it's going to be good for the event, but it's not the type of deck that I feel is going to be as impressive outside of the event. And so what I would say is that, it's not worth chasing, really. That's really what I'm trying to say. It's not worth chasing. It's not worth wasting your dust for this deck. It's, if you get it, great. If you don't, use the support cards to play if you don't have anything else. But if you have other options, you should definitely explore that. All right, so I'll put 1,400 in here because I get at least a relic here, so I can at least get a relic, and we'll see what we get here. Let's hope for the best. And even if I get a Master Collection card, it's not like I can actually get... So that's the relic. I think I got a rare relic, so that's going to give me the ultimate relic. I guess I do need the Goran shard to evolve this event card as well. Okay, so that's the rare relic, and I'm going to get the event relic as well. So I don't have the card, but at least I get an ultimate relic, which is pretty good. And like I said, I wasn't really expecting anything. And this is the type of this is the deck, like with all of the Grail events. I don't have a single Master Collection card or the ultra rare card of this type of mechanic. Of all 5 Affinity discs that have come out, I've never gotten one. So let me think. No, I have one. I have Yokozuna. So it's not something that I think is absolutely necessary. It's not a and I did just fine. I don't really miss not playing with it, and so it's not something that I think it's absolutely crucial. So I'm happy with what I got here. 2 relics that helps me. No, actually, I get 3 relics because I get a rare and I get a regular, and then now I have another relic. So that's gonna be helpful as well. So I'm pretty happy with that. So I can actually just leave it at that. I got some dust, and we'll be happy there. And so Spidey Jack, yes, this is something that I will mention as well. So just don't know the right timing, but basically, I know that people have been talking about the rewards that you get at the end of events. So you go through an event, and then people, your guild leaders, give you either the platinum or the gold crates. And the problem here is some people, they get better rewards in the gold or lower gifts, and people who get the platinum gifts, platinum crates, they get something like wisps or wisp shards, which doesn't feel fair. Like some people get gems. Like people get gems with a gold crate, while people who get the platinum don't. And so this is definitely a topic that I have personally brought up to the game development team. And so I will echo the sentiment here. That's something that Spidey Jack has mentioned to me offline. That is something he's passionate about, and I totally agree and understand. And so that is that is the same sentiment I have, and I did actually send out that feedback, and it's something that is that is on their radar. But definitely use I would say use the network app and continue to give that feedback as well, so that they could get more feedback, more perspectives as well. Okay, so Steven, thank you very much. Like I said, I am pretty happy with that. Now the relic, we can talk about the relic here because they mentioned that there's a change to the ultimate relic, and so if you take a look here, I can also collect these. And so basically we have these cards. Now Kanin is a card that you can get. I'm trying to remember, can you get that card? Yeah, you can get this from the support. I think you can get this from Dust Shop. And I'm trying to remember if that's the case. I think it is, definitely is. And you can also get Godflesh from the 20 Dust Shop, as well as Kaliba, but Kaliba is an event card, so you can get her only at the 100 Dust Shop. So all 3 of these cards are available, but you do need to get them. So you can get them from Dust Shop, except for Kaliba, it requires you to spend 100. So I hope that you guys get that. And so let's go ahead and forge this, but we can talk about what you get here. So 1 star, you have increased damage reduction, so you can take more damage and you can survive longer. Starting with 2 pink stars, you will basically, every time you get hit, you create 1 power gem. Okay, so tier 2, every time you get hit, you get 1 power gem 4 for every Dark Commander relic. So if you have all 5 Dark Commander relics, then you can create 5 power gem 4. So that's pretty good buff there. And then 3 pink star is where you get a revive. Okay, so this is where once per battle, instead of dying, you will revive with 20% for every Dark Commander relic, as long as at least one of your cards on the team is a Dark Commander hero. So that means for guild versus guild fights, if you wanted to use this, you do need to use this with a Dark Commander hero. It doesn't have to be one of the event decks. It just needs to be a Commander hero. And so good luck pulling Godflesh from the Dust Shop. Actually, it's from Journey event. So I don't know about during the event, but when I used to play the Dust Shop, I actually pulled quite a bit of Godflesh. It's just all random. It's completely random what you get there. But it is a very old card, so I don't expect a lot of the new players to get it. But that is a location where you could potentially pull it from if you need it for the shiny. Now, it's not really gonna matter for me because I don't plan to get this deck. I'm not going to actually open any of the following packs. This is not the type of deck where I feel necessary. The packs I chased were the previous event, okay, because it's a yokai deck, and then the previous fire event because it's the Nicole deck where you can actually, it's really good for guild versus guild. So those are the type of decks where I would, if I don't get anything from the first day on the vault, then I would actually open the subsequent packs in the following days. This isn't one of those decks for me personally. Okay, and so I'm just going to use the support card. We will talk about other options as well. Okay, and so let's see. Question about the ultimate relic at 3 stars. What are the restrictions as far as using? Oh yeah, so Sal, there's the only restriction is you must use a dark commander card on your team. At least one of your cards needs to be a dark commander, and that's it. Which means Almar counts. Anything that's a Slayer slash commander also works. So if you have a dark commander team for guild versus guild, then you can use that. But if you use anything else, then you can't do that. So Mount Fillmore, you haven't seen anyone pull a needed UR during event. Yeah, like if you needed one, it's like non-existent. And for me in the Fire Commander event, it was kind of funny because it was the opposite. I pulled 2 ultra rares and I just needed 1 Master Collection card to get it to 2 pink stars, and I couldn't get it. I couldn't get it for the life of me. So it was, I had to go to tier 6 for the guaranteed. I couldn't open it otherwise. So Con William Deep, I totally agree. And so I was hoping to get a 3rd support card in this, in the 3 tiers, but I didn't get it. But I do have 2 of these, and so just running with so let's see. So I actually got Kanin here as well. So just running with the 2, I'm gonna get my second one in the event itself. So I'm going to power those 2 up, and we can talk about the other options. But if you have Aswang, okay, so if we take a look at power, and then we can do Dark Commander. They used to have a killer skill, but I think they actually took it out, right? So I think they had the killer skill as a filter, but then they took it out. So anyways, if you have Aswang, Aswang works, but it's not like, if you have the ultimate form for Aswang, then you could use it for the bonus. But if not, you can also use the Dark Slayer, the Dragon team, because this is also a beast killer, okay? And so with this particular deck, you can use this deck. It's a gem destroy, gem fall deck. So I will probably just run this team. It's very capable of creating a lot of power gems, and I just need to throw maybe like one or 2 commander cards in there, and I will be able to deal pretty good damage as well. So you have options here, so you can use so let's talk about, for people that don't know, Aswang is the team, the card that also has Beast Killer. But the problem that I have with this card is that you cannot use this card for 6 turns. So in a commander event, that's fine. I guess you could wait the 6 turns before you really attack. Like, it might actually not be a bad idea, like if you need to build up some of that power gems. So it's just, I don't like it personally. And then if you are looking to get it, here is what I wanted the other thing I wanted to talk about. So I'm going to reiterate how you can get an ultimate form from the Proving Ground store. So this is something that a lot of people had a lot of questions, and they're basically just very confused. There's a lot of confusions. A lot of people had like different understanding of how it truly works. So I'm going to try and explain it here. So Hansuke, is there a way to beat Nicole in the Bounty Hunters without delay card? I actually haven't tried. I could probably try it later. I haven't actually spent any of my keys on against Nicole and Bounty Hunters, but we can definitely try. So if you don't have a delay card, that's going to be a little bit more difficult, but we can take a look. And so let's see, Mount Fillmore, playing a horror story. People are thinking, yeah. So definitely agree that it could be completely you could completely not get it, right? Trying to do the dust lottery. So it's just that I wanted to tell you where it is, but keep in mind that it's not a guarantee. Just like much of this game, there is no guarantee here. Angel 11, 111, been begging for a sort kill by killer skill. I know we've been all asking for it. They actually implemented. I think it was available for like 5 minutes and then it was gone. Maybe there was a bug or something. I'm hoping it comes back though. Anyways, coming back to the choice store. This is what you must do. If you wanted to, let's say, for like me, if I wanted to get the Nightmare Schism, the first thing I must do is not purchase it from the store. What I need to do is I need to take a screenshot of my card, then send a request to support. And you can do that through the settings. If you go down to the bottom here, there is contact support. This little blue person. Contact them and then fill out your request and let them know that you would like for them to convert your Aswang to soul. They're going to give you the soul back. And here's what I understand. And that is, after you get it back, you can actually buy it back from the codex. Okay, so because all you got is a soul, you can buy it back from the codex. I don't think it works with Shiny Mei, and I don't think it works with Shiny Aswang. I'm not sure if it works with any of the Shiny heroes, to be honest with you. But you can buy it back. Once you buy it back, now that you have a soul and you have the card back, then you can actually go ahead and purchase the Nightmare Schism. When you purchase it from the store now, you're going to get both the card and the soul, and then you'll be able to use that to then forge the ultimate form. Right now, if you look at this, it doesn't like it won't let you because you don't have a soul with Aswang right now. So you have to get the soul, but you cannot, like, you absolutely want to make sure that you don't buy the card before you get the soul for your card. Otherwise, you're not going to be able to get it back. Same thing if you forge the ultimate form first. Like, once you've forged the ultimate form, you cannot buy any of the ultra rare or the Master Collection cards back because they all count toward the same evolution. And so that is something to be very careful about. But I don't think this works the same way for Shiny Mei. And a lot of people have gone to Shiny Mei, and they wanted to get the Rampaging AUI to then craft the ultimate form, get the Mei back, but they couldn't. So that is the one thing that I do want to caution you guys. I've heard a lot of people talk about it, but this is, from my understanding, the best way to guarantee that you can get your card back, and that is the order of sequence that you have to follow. Sylvie T, will the heroes change next event or be the same? I don't know. They haven't announced it. All I know is that this particular season, they're staying the same, but whether they will change it next season or not, I'm not sure. So, Li Shang, how many Dragon Slayers should you use if you plan to use just the event card and support card? I would say 3. So if you're going to use a Slayer card as your main carry, as your main sort of attack, then you'll want to use 3 of them, right? So if I were to build it, I would actually just go ahead and build my team like this. Now here's the thing, I don't have really sad, I don't have Elmar. And so I would definitely have this card, and I would use the Master Collection card and definitely want the ultra rare. Like, this is sort of like the requirement. Then from here, I could probably then put in my 2 commander cards because they're going to be cards that will give me plus 10. So it'd be something like this. And then I could put in another one, and I might actually just put in Aswang anyway because it will have the Beast Killer skill. It's not really going to matter. Like, if you play it this way, your commander cards will have basically no damage. Okay, so you are going to be losing 2/5 of your damage output. And so that is something to consider unless you have Almar. If you have Almar Ascended, then you'll want to have him as a leader so you can get at least the 4 commander gem boost, and it gets the Slayer bonus. 2 Almars will be best. Or you can put in another event card or support card in the 5th slot. But if you have Almar's Ascended, I would actually rather you do that. That would be the ideal. So Mount Fimway changing it to a VIP exclusive feature. I hope not. Nathan, welcome. Thanks. I'm doing well. Thank you. Now, the other option here too, like, I'm not discounting it, and that would be the other deck that I would probably just go with, honestly, is I'm just going to use my investment from the last Commander event, and that is going to be the reset deck, right? So, like, I mean, I have this already, and so I might as well take advantage of it. And so what I can do is I could use this, and then I could replace that with the event card here, just so that I can get additional Commander bonus, even though I won't have the killer bonus. But honestly, like, this deck is really good for building a lot of power gems. And so I could just use this too. Don't forget that it is it's a strong deck. It just doesn't have the killer bonus. But to me, honestly, like, I don't plan on investing. The deck is good, but not great, not good enough for me to want to chase after. And so if I have to use what I got, then I would use this, or I would use the Dark Dragon Slayer team, and that is what I will I'll go after. So Vishal, Shiny May was not visible in Codex, but you now can see in the Codex. Okay, so that would be something that you could also check. Like if you were planning on buying the shiny, if you're planning on buying the Rampaging AUI in order to craft the ultimate form, so this is going to only apply if you're going to sacrifice your shiny May, I would definitely email support first and ask and see if you'll be able to buy it back, because they might have changed it. So that'll be my recommendation. And so Chronosex and the Gym Want to Know, welcome to the stream. Thanks for joining me here. And so I guess really what I've been trying to say, a very long-winded way to say this, is the deck looks cool, right? If we take a look at the deck art, it is definitely very cool. I like the whole circus vibe. The Warden looks kind of scary. I'm not gonna lie. Can't see the Warden right now, like in action, but it is there. But yeah, I generally think that art is the art for the event cards in recent weeks have gone pretty good. I've really enjoyed them. So this is the ultra rare ultimate form here, the Mistresses of Mayhem. I think it's pretty cool. I actually think it's kind of cool. So event wise, what you could look forward to are going to be, a boost to your relic. So if you have, that's the other thing we should take a look at, right? So if you have like any relics here, all of the stats should have increased by now. So if you have the enchanted version, that's going to be even better. I don't have the enchanted Elmar Scythe though. So let's see. So race attack will go up by 117%. Let's see. So attack of all epical heroes goes up to 47%, and the flat upgrade is almost 3,000, and then the health is up to 4691. So that's pretty good boost. And then let's see Elmar's Scythe here. So the Scythe at 45, not enchanted, 33% health and 21. So this is actually a pretty good relic to add as well, just to get that raw damage. You're not gonna get the power gems from this relic, but it is always a good option to add as well. So if you get it, that'll be good. I think somebody mentioned that you can also get Elmar if you don't have it from the season collection. So if you take a look at the season of giving rewards, you can then see the reward here in the collection. Let's see how close I am to it. Did I collect it already? So I could actually collect it right now. So I could collect the 6-star Elmar, and then I could actually ascend this. So that I think I will do that. I have the crowns to do so. So let's go ahead and do that. I don't have Elmar ascended. I think that's the only legend left for me. So I'm gonna go ahead and do that. So might as well get him. Yeah, let's go ahead and collect. And you can also potentially win a skin for Elmar. You can get Elmar from Drillfist. Yeah, but I just didn't want to. I didn't want to buy it. I can get this for free, so it's all good. All right, so let's go ahead and try to ascend this. And I think I actually got everything I needed. So if you wanted to ascend Elmar, then you'll need. Oh my goodness! I can get the skins here. So this is the Victorious Elmar. That's the skin there, which you can earn from the event. And so if I were to ascend, it would be evolve, right? Okay, so you need 5 dark skull, and I don't have the skull. So what I can do is I can actually go and purchase it in the store, and I need a dark Pentarch gem. I guess I never bothered getting the Pentarch gem. I thought I had gotten it. All right, so I need 6 of those, and then I have everything else. I have enough crowns, so I got that, and you also need 10,000. So let's go ahead and use this opportunity, get that, and then we're gonna circle back and we're gonna try our luck against Nicole. But I need to make sure that I free up some space first. All right. Loyalty store. Yep, that's where I'm going right now. Okay, let's go to the loyalty store and do some shopping. We're going to buy the items for and what Judge of All is saying is that you can go in here, and I think you can go to Legends, and then you can actually purchase the items you need to here. So you can go to Legends pack, and you can go to Elmar Ascensions pack. I'm not sure that gives you Elmar though. Yeah, so this one doesn't give you a guaranteed legend, but it gives you the ability to I guess this is where you can go. But it's weird, like it gives you a guaranteed doujin, right now. So I guess you need to wait for it to reset so that it'll give you a dark one. So that's a Legends pack. Anyways, so let's go to the loyalty store. Let's take a look. And I needed Pentarch gems and I needed the skulls. I think I have 3 out of 5 skulls and I needed 6 Pentarch gems. So let's go to the loyalty store. I've collected a ton of these. So I can get a free gift, so that's good. And so let's see. So the dark one, I need 6, right? So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. The thing that was really, really annoying to me personally is that this is only available for people who are VIP. So this is just something that I feel is just such a shame that you can't get it if you don't have it. And I needed, so I need 40 dark skulls. So let's go ahead and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. I'm not sure if I needed to buy all that many. I think maybe they were giving it 10 at a time. I might have bought one more than I needed to. All right, so let's take a look now. So we should have everything we need. So let's Dark God Skull. Did I buy the wrong thing? I must have bought the wrong thing. Okay, let's go back and take a look again. So loyalty store. Did I buy the water? I bought the water, didn't I? I bought the water. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So that's 10 right there. 20, 30, 40. So that should be enough now. All right, so let's go and take a look in our cards. Evolve. There you go. So now we have the Dark Skull, and then we have enough for our Pentarch gem. And we already have an Ascended Essence plus the 10, and then we need 10,000 of these coins as well. So let's go ahead and ascend. There you go. So now we have an Ascended Almar. So this would be the team. This would definitely go on the team for me now. So if I were to build this again with the dragons, so what I would do is I would definitely put in Almar. Like that is just a no-brainer for me there. Where did he go though? So Almar, and then go ahead and do Slayer, and then I'll put the dragons in here, right? So Vener, and then the dragon here, and then the Master Collection card, and then the 5th slot is where they can put in another commander, and that is basically a team right here. So this is going to be my recommendation. Be like Billy, yeah, I totally misread it. I looked at the color instead of reading the text. Everyone's like, no, you're buying water. I know this. I'm sure I'll need it at some point. It's okay. So Mount Famo, why do all the legend skins look gold? They should have a dark color theme. I don't know. I don't really like the legend skins, to be honest. Like I look at Aileen and I look at Almar right now. I'm just not sure that I like. Not sure I like it. Like if you take a look at Aileen, her skin is the same thing. Just like this super gold. I mean, it makes sense in this case, but I don't like the way they make her look now. Like I can't even see her face, and like I think that it just kind of makes her look almost villainous. So that's just not what I would have liked to see for her skin. So anyways, so we talked about that team there, and let's see how many cards I have. So I have to clear out 6. So let's go ahead and clear some space, and then we can try our luck at the Bounty Dungeon. So we can get rid of her, get rid of Sunspot, Adelia, the Mummy. So how many cards is that? That's 4 cards. I need to get rid of 2. I honestly don't need so many Swift Striker Anyas. I was kind of keeping her for some purposes, but I have, how many do I have now? I have 4. I kind of want to keep 3 though. I'm going to keep 3. So I just need to get rid of 1 more card. And here's the thing. Look at how many event cards I have. I have 3 gunneries when I was chasing after. And again, one of those cards I don't need, so I can actually get quite a bit of dust for that. So that's what I'm going to do. So I'm going to go ahead and clear those out. Aileen is the villain. Too masculine. Sylvie T, am I going to use Ultimate Form, Master Collection card? So don't forget to use the Ultra Rare. So you have to use the Ultra Rare Dragon over the Master Collection card. The Master Collection card just does a drop. Like I would honestly prefer to use another ultra rare card if I had it. So like this would just create, destroy up to 20 and then create a few power gems. The ultra rare card is the MVP here. It will create 4 power gem ones plus 1 for every 5 on the board. Just a combination of the ultimate form plus the ultra rare can almost fill up the board for you. And so the Master Collection card is I could probably put in another one in here. I actually don't think I need this. Like I might actually use another. I could probably use another Dark Slayer. I'll have to think about this one. Like I don't need to use the dragon. If I have the ultimate form and the ultra rare card, I could use Spirit United to add more gems, but more likely I might end up adding. I might choose like Freedom Fighters might be one because I have him really maxed out, and it gives me the nice nuke damage if I don't take it out, or something like that. And so Silly T got it. Yeah, it's hard to see because they're very similar. All right, so we have cleared up all of the space that's necessary. Let's take a look at the bounty hunter. So I've already collected my 500 gems, and so I'm not really too concerned about it. Now let's see if we can take out Nicole. So I think what you said is relic inventory is full. Ugh. Okay, so let's go and clear some out. So need to clear out 4. So I'm just going to go ahead and power this up, and 1, 2, 3, 4. So I think what you said is even with the Halloween team, you couldn't take it, and so you couldn't take it out. So let's take a look and build a team here, right? So I think group 4. So if you say you can't take it out, then what can we do? Commander, the problem is if you don't have delay. Then I mean there is a turn delay card. There's Sky Swarm Kachina. So Sky Swarm Kachina will give you a 1 turn delay, and you could also use Hercules. Hercules is also another another Earth commander card that gives you a turn delay. And there's a card that gives you immune, or you can use Unbowable Warrior. It gives you a free revive, and you can also use. What's the team I'm looking for? You can also use. Oh my gosh, I can't believe the name. Macrine. Right, so let's say I switch this out with Macrine. So I can get a free revive here that gives me at least 1 additional turn. So let's see if this works, right? So if you have the Halloween deck, let's make sure that I actually have the relics. And yes, so let's go ahead and do this. And if you have a, and this is Spirit too, so you can also use the Earth Spirit relic to give you a free revive. So that's the other option, right? So you can use Macrine, or you can use the relic, and let's just see if this works with these 4 people. And plus, you can also bring in another Devilish Duel. So like I would imagine that with this setup, it should be easy, right? Like you could fill up the board easily on turn 2 with this. So let's go ahead and try this out. So let's see, where's the team I built? So I'm gonna go ahead so we can get a free revive here. So Con Will indeed, you need a delay or immunity, no other way. Wait, what? I thought I'm fighting Nicole. Aren't I fighting Nicole? I hope I didn't just waste. I thought I was fighting Nicole there. Well, I might as well just take this out and get some. I'm basically going to get no points. So let's see. So Anna, you're using 1 revive, 1 delay, and all is good. Green Slayers. I know, I totally wasted it, but I guess okay. I mean, I like I said, I have my 500 gems, and that's really all I care about. But I thought that I was fighting Nicole for some reason. Ah, gosh, that really stinks. All right, so let's just go ahead and quickly finish. And with this, I mean, also like all I've been doing is I've been using the Spirits United deck to go through the commander event, the bounty dungeon events. It's just like that was the best deck for this reason. Like for me, I really enjoyed using that just because you could use it to get more trophies. And this one's gonna give me basically 0 trophies, right? All right, so that's gonna be. Hopefully I don't die. I think I have enough health I can survive this. Yeah, so that's gonna be fine. And let's just go ahead and I can even kill it just with Macrine, so that's gotta be a very low level. 6,000 trophies. All right, let's see what happened here. So, where is Nicole? There it is. Oh my gosh, I clicked that area, but I didn't actually click on her. All right, so 1 million, and you can't use an ally. So let's see, and you can use 3 keys, but we're not gonna have 3 keys. Let's try this. Alex claims another victim. So it's very likely that what everybody's saying is true, that it just can't be done without a delay. So we have a revive here, and if you die again, I mean, I actually survive here, so I'm just gonna go ahead and I needed to attack. So there is the attack, and what I was thinking I was gonna do is I'm just gonna get I don't get a free revive, do I? So I wasted a turn there by not attacking when I needed to, and I had enough health. So let's see. So if this actually will work, potentially that there's a chance that it's not going to work. Yeah, so that's basically not strong enough. So you do need to have revive. There's really no other way around it, I guess. Turn delay and revive is going to be the way to go there. Yeah, so there's no free revive. So you're going to have to use the delay card. And so that's why I keep telling people, like, whenever you come across a swarm, whenever you come across the swarm card, don't get rid of it, right? So the one I'm talking about is power and Yorn Swarmers. They come. You'll find them in the dust. You'll find them in the events at some point. They rotate, I think, every 20 weeks or so. Otherwise, sometimes you can get them from like the honor packs, or when you send them out for the events. Like if you still have these, I don't have them anymore. They got rid of it. You used to be able to send them out on missions, but I guess they completely got rid of that. So now you could probably get them from honor packs, or just have to wait for events. Unfortunately, I don't think you can do that. And honestly, like I wasted keys there, but it's fine with me because I don't mind not going further. It's just that I don't really see the need to go after it, because like if you look at like the rewards that you're gonna get maybe a shard and maybe one of these legend crystal shards. Honestly, you get better luck just collecting the crown shards from guild versus guild rewards. So I'm not really too hung up on it. Like I don't really bother with it at this point. So yeah, so Hansuke, so hopefully you get your Swarmer. But yeah, so it's just too tank. It just looks like it's too tanky even for the Halloween deck with 1 key. So yeah, so that's that. And so I guess what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna summarize what I just talked about before I call it a day here for this stream here. Overall, basically how I feel about the deck. How I feel about the deck is that it is going to be a good deck for the event, but not a deck that I recommend chasing at all. So I would recommend you to open a couple of tiers normally with with a goal of getting some dust in mind. But if you can't get the team, don't spend the dust to craft. This would not be a team that I would highly recommend spending dust to craft, because I think that the next Dark Slayer deck is going to be a good one, and so you should save that. And if you happen to get it, then the best setup is going to be more Master Collection cards. you just need one ultra rare, and you can like, you don't need to chase multiple ultra rare cards. You'll want to use the ultra rare cards to get your stacks up faster, and you can actually do that even with just a support card. So if it's not going to be an issue if you don't have two ultra rare cards. This is not a deck that needs multiple. You just need the one. And I would say one ultra, like two Master Collection cards, one ultra rare, one ultimate form, and even with just one support is going to be more than good enough for you to be able to deal enough damage. More Master Collection cards means you're going to have more power gems to deal damage. And if you really want to, then you'll want to get your stack up and then wait for 4 turns for them to build a power gem force and then go. That's if you have the full team. If you don't have the full team, you want at least 2. 3 is ideal for support cards. So 3 support cards will be ideal for this particular setup, and you can use any other decks. But don't chase this deck. Use the Dragon deck for Slayer if you have, and then make sure that you get the Allmark card from the collection, from the season trophies, so you can build a team like this. Another alternative is to use the Dark Commander deck, and I think that the Reset deck will work just fine. It's not going to be the most powerful, but it's going to work just as well, and it will be useful for half of the bosses anyway because it's the previous Commander event. So this would be the ideal Commander deck to use if you don't want to spend any resources and you don't have the Dark Dragon team. So that would be my recommendation going into this event. And so by good one, do I mean Gem Destroyer deck? So Mount Fenwar, I think that there is a possibility that we could have the Dark Yokai. And so if that's the case, then I think it's going to be a good deck there. It could also be a Gem Destroyer deck, which is not going to be as strong. But those are all possibilities because they haven't finished all the affinities yet. So those are the 2 that I think. So Chroma Sucks, you asked on Discord, but want to get my take. When should a new player start with a free head start? Depends on how new you are. So my recommendation is if you are just starting out, you don't have any heroes to take on the bosses, I don't think 50 is that big of a deal. Like, you don't want to get to 100. So you definitely don't want to do the 500 gems and the free. I would say that if you're just starting out, though, you might as well not go after this and just play. And just play through. You're going to be able... You're gonna get a feel for it and see how strong you are. So if you're just starting out, then don't bother with it. Like, some people have gotten the head start and then gotten to the point where they couldn't advance anymore because the bosses are too hard. And so I would say just leave it for now, play an event without it and see, and then once they start getting better heroes, then they could try to get the head start. I mean, eventually they're going to get to level 50 anyway, but then if they're barely getting the overkill, they're not going to get enough keys to really take advantage of it. So I would say for now, if they want to have fun, just don't worry about getting the head start. Just it's really the lack of keys, because they're going to start needing to 3 keys, or they're going to have to use the same key multiple times just to take the boss out. It gets tough enough even before level 50, and so I would not recommend getting the head start pack. So Reaper, you got Master Collection Tier 1, you got a Dust for Ultra Rare. Do I think you should go for it? Depends on how much Ultra Rare Dust you have. So my recommendation here is, if you want to do well this event, and you want to go prestige and you want to do the overkill on bosses, then you'll definitely need this deck, unless you have the Aswang ultimate form, right? Because then you get the same benefit. You'll have the killer bonus, in which case you can use another deck, like for example, you can use it with the reset deck, and you can get a lot of power out of that as well. That's another option to consider. If that's going to leave you with 0 ultra rare dust, such that you can't get it the next Dark Slayer event, I'm not sure it's worth it. But it's going to be completely up to you. And as I always say, play a couple of days to see how you do. And if you feel that you need the additional boost from the team, then go for it. But if you don't need the boost from the team, you're actually going to be doing okay in the event, then I would recommend save. This is not the deck that I think is worthy of spending a lot of gems and dust for. And so my first instinct would be to say no. Okay. So CVT, same build as you. Yeah, so like that's my recommendations here. Just play through the event, see how you do. If you need it, go for it. But know that I think that your dust will be better served in a Slayer event. I unfortunately will not have enough dust even for the next Slayer event just because I used it all from the previous one. So if you take a look here, I just got 5,000 and 7,000 here. It's very unlikely I'm going to have enough dust for the next Slayer event, so I'm keeping my fingers crossed that I'll be able to do well there, but we'll have to see. And so you have 48,000 ultra rare dust, but you're going to win till open pack 4. Yeah, so if you have more than enough to craft 2, you have more than enough. You just need 16, you have 48. So you can craft 3 ultra rares. So if that's the case, then yeah, feel free to use 1. But if you won't have enough to craft 1 for the next event, then I would hold off. Okay? Yeah, so that's my summary here. Deck is good for the event, not necessarily good enough for you to chase. There are a lot of other options. Dragons and the reset decks are both good, and you can use Almar from the season reset. So that's the summary for today. I wanted to say thanks to everybody for joining me on this stream here. I'll come back on Thursday and we can talk about some of the other deck ideas, especially since I can't use the full team. We can talk about how to use this. Okay, and so for all of you free-to-play players, this is the deck to experiment and explore the support card. It's going to be slow, but it'll be just powerful enough for you to go through. So thank you very much for your time, guys. Take care, and I'll see you in the next episode. Have a good night, guys.